Holy Spirit said, today is the day. I surrendered that day to my life to the Lord. I never drank again. So I immediately knew Jesus was real because I couldn't give up drinking. It was not possible. My name is Vic Vora. I'm a father of 3 daughters, Blessed Victoria, Hannah, Sam, and Premila Dove. And my 3 daughters live across the street in their own homes from where we live. So it's such a blessing. And then I have 2 grandkids, all great kids, all love the Lord, all serve the Lord. I mean, you couldn't have a better legacy. Just God is so good. And I'm so grateful, so grateful. I'm originally from India. I grew up in India in an aristocratic family. My father worked with Indira Gandhi, was the Prime Minister of India for 16 years, and he was Secretary of Rehabilitation, and was the top diplomat in the UN. So from 65 to 67, my father was posted to Geneva, Switzerland. So my whole family went there, and we were educated partially in Switzerland and Geneva. And then we came back to India and I finished my high school. In 72 August, I left India. I took a flight to Germany and didn't work out, didn't like it that much. I said, I think I want to go to London. London would be great because I have another friend there and I could go to college in London. This is all when I'm like 19 years old. So what I would do, I would go to college during the day and I would work in restaurants at night in order to pay for the college. So it was hard work. And, here I'd come from a family where in India, you have servants for everything. And now I've got nothing. I mean, I'm working all the time just to pay for my college. And it was hard. And then I was kind of raised by this upper class Jewish family in London that I used to go to college with, Michael and David Gilbert, 2 brothers. They had taken a liking to me, and I used to go every Friday to their house for Shabbat, and just the greatest kids. And they started this wholesale sports company. So I joined Gilbert Brothers, and they gave me Southeast England. It became the best territory of the company. I mean, I'm just a consummate salesperson, believe in what I do believe, and I just sold like the gangbusters. So it just went great, and I was doing real well with the company, and rising high, and then my mind started thinking, and I said, God, and I didn't know God. I was raised a staunch Hindu, believed in everybody, believed in Jesus, believed in everybody, like Hindus do. And I said, God, why does Michael and David Gilbert have to have all the success? Why can't I get a break? Few months later, the roller skates with boots became a big fad in Europe, and it was coming from America. It was dying in America, and it was coming into Europe. I got into the bandwagon just in time. In 6 months, I had become a millionaire. I already had the work ethic. I already had all the clients. Already had all the distributions set up. I had it all worked out already. And I was making them money, and they were making me money. And then there was this one company, I think it was Southend-on-Sea, called the Bermans. They had just bought a license from Walt Disney Productions to produce the special sweatshirts and T-shirt with a dimension weld application. They said to me, Vic, we need somebody to go to Germany, buy a company there, set up this operation and distribute it all over Europe from Germany. You're the perfect candidate. We'll give you the license. Do you want to do this? I said, yes, I want to do this. I sold everything else I had in London, went to Germany, bought a company. Now, to run this company, I need to speak German. Now, I already spoke French and I speak Hindi, which is my mother tongue, and English, so I had to learn German. So I learned German. 6 months, it was really rough road, because you're establishing the product. It's just all tough in a language you don't know. But 6 months later, it took off. It was like having sliced bread. I had it. Everybody wanted it. They had to come to me. The only problem was that I was a functioning alcoholic. I drank all the time and I worked all the time. So money became my god. I thought I was something really special. I was drinking a lot. I was thinking I'm only 30 years old, and I'd go to a bank, let's say in Germany, a Deutsche Bank. I'd be sitting there, transferring funds from different banks, and I would sit there like I owned the bank. I mean, it was just like, it was just demonic. My parents visited me in Germany in 1983, and they said, Vic, money is your God. You drink all the time. You killing yourself. Why don't you go to Dallas? You do new businesses all the time. You have your sisters in Dallas, and you'll have some family there. You can start some new businesses in Dallas, and that would be a good thing for you. So I thought that was a good thing. In spite of the fact that I was an functioning alcoholic and just a workaholic, I knew that I'd been really fortunate, in all these businesses for them to be so successful. So I thought to myself, I need to do something that is safe. So I went to this seminar. It was just like not a seminar, but it was an exhibition. And I saw Subway sandwiches. I said, yeah, now that would be the product for Dallas. And I opened the first Subway on Lovers in Greenville in 1983. Anyway, it became the best store in the country. There were lines outside the door. At SMU, we delivered till 4 o'clock in the morning. And there were all these kids from Christ for the Nation, which is a Bible school, used to come and eat there. And they were witnessing to me for a whole year. And I sang, oh, these Christians talk all the time, just a cop out, I believe in Jesus. I believe in Buddha. I believe in Krishna. Not a big deal. They just don't want to work, just want to talk about Jesus. But God was slowly, slowly, slowly doing a work in my heart. I was noticing that I was desiring what some of these Christians had when they were coming in. Not only were they Christ for the Nation, but there was also the college campus ministry, Maranatha, those kids too. I was just desiring some of the joy and the peace that they had. Their testimony was kind of resonating with me in my spirit. In 1986, I'd been partying all night somewhere one time with girls and drugs and alcohol, but I was a diligent worker, so I was back at the Subway in the 4 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, whatever. But God was doing a work in my heart. That day, those kids came in again, and the Holy Spirit said, today's the day. I surrendered that day to my life to the Lord. I never drank again. So I immediately knew Jesus was real because I couldn't give up drinking. It was not possible. The best part of it was I started to go to church right away, and I was still a womanizer, so God had to deliver me from that too. I mean, alcohol was one, and womanizer would be the second thing. Immediately, I saw this girl there, beautiful. She was a fashion model. I think she was 23 years old, my wife, Julie. I met her right away. I dated her for 8 months, and we've been married for 38 years. I've been in the fashion business since then for maybe 35 years. I have women all around me. I've never looked at another girl. So that was another miracle of Jesus. So I think God just works in miraculous ways, where he takes away things that would be detrimental to our life, that we can't handle. We can't take care of ourselves. He does that. Lover's Lane was the Rodeo Drive of Dallas at the time. So I opened my first store called Déjà Vu à Paris on Lovers and Inwood. And it was very, very successful. This is the days of the Star Club and all that. So everybody shopped with me at that time. The only thing was there was an area back there that's all crack houses and drug dealers. So I was getting robbed all the time. I was robbed 18 times. I was gunpoint robbery 6 times. And I said, in the name of Jesus, drop your gun each time. And they left me alone each time. because I was on fire for the Lord, I just got born again. But so that's how my fashion. So then I opened one in Snyder Plaza, which is Hillcrest and Lovett, which is where all the money is. Then I had another one on Plaza in Preston Center, where Buckendorf is. And there, another there. So all those three stores were, we had 10,000 customers. And then I started to have some back issues, pain in my back. So, I had a lot of doctors that shop with me. So I don't even have to go to doctors. They just shop with me. And I said, yeah, can you give me some painkillers for my back? This is 35 years ago. So there was not a problem those days. They said, yeah, Vic, yeah, we get samples all the time. Yeah, here's some painkillers. Hydrocodone, strong painkillers. Now, those people, people that don't know anything about painkillers make you high. So it's another addictive thing. So I got hooked on painkillers, but I was functioning great with my business, like I was talking great. I was doing good deals. Was making a lot of money. And so I said, well, there's nothing wrong with that. These painkillers are helping my back and, keep me upbeat, and, it's high pressure stuff. So, you can justify anything. Satan is a liar, you can justify anything. I justified it. I abused those medications for 13 years. 13 years in an obsessive, compulsive way, which is over ODing, taking a lot more than I'm supposed to. So my wife was starting to notice that. She said, Vic, this is destroying you. You need to sell everything. So 2010, we sold everything that we owned, business-wise. She helped me detox. From January 16th, 2010 to August 31st, 2010, I was completely clean. No more painkillers or antidepressants or anything. But then my body went into shock. My immune system was shot because of the fact that I'd taken so many chemicals, and then the body was craving all that. So it became in a real bad way. I didn't know what I was going to do. I was getting really depressed. The businesses was all gone. I was at home, I didn't know what to do with myself, and no medication, no nothing. So what I did was I locked myself in a room in my house for 7 years. So I was desperate. I was suicidal. I was trying to kill myself because I thought, like maybe God has forsaken me, maybe because I was a very ruthless businessman, which I wasn't. So what I said, maybe I was a ruthless businessman. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start writing checks to all these people that I got great deals from. Then I started getting calls from you, matter of fact. They said, Vic, why are you sending us this money? Any case, that's what I was just trying to redeem myself somehow. And Satan was lying to me again. So just like I tried all kinds of things just to make myself feel better, but nothing was working. But in life, one thing I know for sure, you reap what you sow. So I was reaping the benefits of all the abuse of the chemicals that I'd put in my body. I came from a very aristocratic family, and we went to school in Switzerland. One of my eldest brothers, who looked just like Elvis, a real handsome guy, sang just like Elvis, committed suicide. He went to this hotel onto the roof, took his glass up, put it in his pocket, and jumped and killed himself. Then when I went to Europe and I made all that money, I let my brother, who was in Luxembourg, and we had stores all over Europe too, retail stores. I let him manage all the money. My deal with him was, you just give me 10% and you invest wherever you want to invest. And we were doing overnight currency. We were doing a lot of stuff. And we lost it all in 87. I forgave my brother the debt. He committed suicide. My parents said to come to Dallas to be with my sister, who lived in Preston Hollow in a mansion, married to the top neuroradiologist surgeon in Dallas. This is back in 83. we found out he was cheating on my sister. This is an Indian marriage. It's an arranged marriage. They only meet one girl, one guy. That's the first time, right? He was cheating on her. Unheard of in Indian marriages. She killed herself. I come from an aristocratic family. My father worked with presidents. Everybody committed suicide. I almost died, almost killed myself. But in any case, I had a lot of people praying for me because I knew a lot of people. And I used to go to this Bible study in Highland Park. It's a women's Bible study, but I went there for 10 years with my wife. And, there I was being prayed for all the time. And in 2018, in January the 8th, I went there. And all the ladies there was real happy to see me. And something happened. The cloud that was in my mind lifted. And I started to get better. Yeah, that's January the 8th, 2018. I went into that Bible study. I think God was just doing a work. I don't know, how he works, but who knows how God works? He spoke the worlds into existence in 6 days by the word of his mouth. And now they say there's millions of galaxies. We don't know how he works. All I know is that day I went, the cloud lifted from my mind. I started to become free. And then I started doing the right things where I got out of bed. I started walking 6 hours a day. Walked, prayed, walked, prayed, walked, prayed, walked. One thing I know for sure, Adam, that one thing that I know that for sure, I never let go of the hand of God. Even those 7 years. Every day I was in the Word, every day. And I'm bold. I have no fear of anything. I'm a walking testimony wherever I go. People ask me, why are you always so cheerful? Why do you always look so nice or whatever? They ask me and I tell them what happened to me. I almost tried to kill myself. This is what happened to me. And now, God delivered me. He saved me. He helped me. I just use it as a testimony. That's my only end goal is people get to know Jesus Christ. It's the only thing that's going to help them. I'd be glad to go through those 7 years again to have what I have now. I'm 73. I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful to God, it's so awesome. It's just so awesome that what he's given me.